Hi, everyone. You've been lied to by the world that told you progress has to look perfect, that you need flawless plans, perfect timing, and the right mood before you begin. Nonsense. Progress doesn't care how polished you look. It only cares that you show up. The truth is, perfection is a lie dressed in fancy clothes. It whispers in your ear, wait until it's better, until you're better. But that's a trap. You wait and wait and wait, and life passes you by. While you're chasing perfect, someone else is making progress by doing the small, simple things. Not fancy, just consistent. You don't need to impress anyone with how clean your routine looks. You don't need to post about every little win or curate your journey like a highlight reel. Progress is private. It's messy. It's getting up at 6 IEMing when you didn't sleep well. It's writing when you don't feel inspired. It's showing up when no one's clapping, because real growth isn't loud. It's quiet, disciplined, and often unseen. You want to get better at something? Then do it badly, do it awkwardly, do it imperfectly. Just do it over and over and over again. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. Not by waiting to feel ready, but by doing while you're still shaky. Confidence isn't built by thinking, it's built by doing. Stop romanticizing the end result and start respecting the grind. It's not the big wins that make the difference. It's the daily unglamorous steps. You'll stumble, you'll slip, you'll get it wrong. But if you keep going day after day, that's where your power lies. Not in being perfect, but in being relentless. Consistency beats perfection every time. Because perfection quits when it's hard. Consistency shows up anyway. So let go of perfect. It's slowing you down. Just move, just do, and keep doing. That's how you win every single day. Everybody wants a breakthrough. They want to wake up one morning and have everything click. But that's not how progress works. You don't leap your way into success. You build it one step at a time, quietly, consistently, relentlessly. You don't need to take giant steps. You just need to take the next one. That's it. Doesn't matter how small. One more workout, one honest conversation, one healthy choice, one new page in that book you've been meaning to write, because small steps don't stay small forever. They stack. Like bricks. You won't see the wall at first, but one day you'll look up and realize you've built a fortress. The problem is, people overlook the small steps. They think if it's not dramatic, it doesn't count. That's why they start strong and quit fast, because they chase intensity instead of consistency. But progress doesn't come from going hard for one day. It comes from going every day, even if it's slow. Think about water. A single drop doesn't do much, but let that drop hit the same spot every day. For years, it'll carve through rock. That's what small steps do. They change your identity, they shift your habits, they rewrite your future. Let go of the need to do it all today. That's pressure. That's perfectionism in disguise. Instead, ask yourself, what's the one small thing I can do right now that gets me closer? Not someday, today. Then do it again tomorrow and the next day. So stop waiting for the big break. Start taking small steps. They add up to everything. Motivation is a liar. It shows up when things feel easy, when the sun is shining and your mood's on point. But what happens when you're tired, stressed, or life smacks you in the face? That's when motivation disappears. That's when most people quit. But not the disciplined ones. See, discipline isn't about feeling good. It's about showing up anyway. It's about doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't want to, because that's when it matters most. Discipline is the quiet engine that keeps you moving when motivation's nowhere to be found. You don't need to be hyped, you need to be committed. Let me tell you something. Every successful person you admire, they aren't driven by motivation, they're powered by discipline. They get up and do it whether they feel like it or not. They don't negotiate with laziness, they don't wait for a spark, they create the fire themselves. You think the athlete trains because they're always inspired? No. They train because they made a decision. The author doesn't write only when they feel in the zone. They write because it's time to write. That's discipline. It's not pretty, it's not loud, but it gets the job done. And here's the best part. Discipline builds confidence. Every time you follow through, even when you don't feel like it, you send yourself a message. I can count on me. That's real power. That's what creates results, not chasing a feeling, but building a habit. So stop depending on motivation. It's weak, it's emotional, it's unreliable. Train your mind to take action without asking permission from your feelings. Make discipline your default setting. When you commit to the action regardless of the mood, that's when you become unstoppable. Motivation is a spark, discipline is the fire. And fire gets things done. Comparison is a thief. It creeps into your mind and convinces you that you're not doing enough, not growing fast enough, not good enough. Why? Because someone else looks like they've got it all figured out. Their success, their highlight reel, their filtered life on display, and you start doubting your own progress. That's not growth, that's poison. While you're busy watching them, you're not building you. That's the real tragedy. Comparison slows you down. Creation wakes you up. It puts your focus back where it belongs. In your hands, on your path. Start creating. Start putting your energy where it actually counts, into your work, your goals, your craft. Build what you dream of. Don't just scroll through someone else's version of it. Nobody ever won by sitting on the sidelines staring at someone else's scoreboard. Create the life you want, piece by piece. Whether it's building a business, working on your body, healing from your past, writing your truth, whatever it is, do it for real, not for validation, not for applause, but because it matters to you, because it moves you forward. So stop watching, stop wishing, get to work. Make something real. Progress doesn't come from watching others live their dreams. It comes from showing up and building your own. Create, don't compare. That's how you win. Let's cut the nonsense. You're not always going to feel like it. And that's just real life. Some days you'll wake up drained, stressed, uninspired, and that's exactly when you've got to move. Not because it's easy, not because it's fun, but because your future depends on it. If you only work when it's convenient, you'll only get what convenience offers. Average. You want excellence? You want change? Then you've got to learn to act without needing to feel ready. Because the truth is, readiness is the luxury. Action is survival. Doing it when it's hard, when it's uncomfortable, when your emotions are pulling you in the opposite direction, that's where the magic happens. That's where growth lives. Champions are made in the moments when they push through the resistance, not when everything lines up perfectly. Think about it. Anyone can show up when it's easy, but the ones who keep showing up when it's hard, they're the ones who win. They're the ones who break barriers, the ones who build resilience, discipline, grit, all the things you don't get from waiting for the mood to strike. You want to make real progress? Start doing it when it's cold, when you're tired, when your friends are chilling and you're grinding. That's the difference maker. That's what separates the serious from the seasonal. It's not about forcing perfection. It's about committing to consistency. You may not be at your best every day, but if you're there doing it anyway, you're building something powerful. You're stacking wins. You're proving to yourself that you don't need to feel great to do great things. This is how you take control. This is how you break the loop of procrastination. You act, not someday, today. You do it when it's hard, and you become someone who's unstoppable. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the right moment. The right moment is now. The power is in pushing through, even when you don't feel like it. That's where transformation begins. If you're not reflecting, you're just repeating. Going through the motions without checking your direction is like running on a treadmill. You're sweating, but you're not getting anywhere. You want real progress? Then stop once in a while. Look at what you're doing. Ask yourself, is this working? Is this building me or breaking me? Most people don't do this. They're afraid to face the truth. They'd rather stay busy than be honest. But growth doesn't come from denial. It comes from awareness. You've got to look at your habits, your choices, your mindset. Is it helping you move forward or keeping you stuck? Reflection isn't weakness, it's wisdom. And it's not about beating yourself up, it's about learning. It's about getting smarter, sharper, better. When something's not working, don't quit. Adjust, shift your strategy, tweak your plan. Try again, but with more knowledge. This is how winners think. They don't see failure as the end. They see it as feedback. They're not afraid to say, that didn't work, let's change it. They adapt, they grow, and they keep going. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to stay honest and stay in motion. That's what keeps you ahead. The moment you stop reflecting, you stop improving. And if you're not improving, you're falling behind, even if you're moving. So build a habit of checking in with yourself, daily, weekly, whatever works. Ask, what did I do right? What can I do better? What do I need to stop doing? Then take action on those answers. Not tomorrow, now. Progression isn't just about effort, it's about direction. And you only find that when you pause, reflect, and realign. That's how you build momentum that lasts. Keep adjusting, keep learning, keep going. That's how you make progress every single day, no matter what.